Akriti, we're supposed to be brainstorming for our TED Talk.
Oh, well, I'm actually testing this theory about how small actions can lead to big reactions. So where's my reward?
Your reward? Reward for what? I thought you were just trying to be kind.
Kindness? What would that have to do with our TED Talk?
Actually, Akriti, that has everything to do with our TED Talk. Allow me to expand. A principle I believe we are all very familiar with is that for every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. Well, Sir Isaac Newton stated this many moons back in references to forces and motion. So if you push something, it will push right back. While this is a scientific principle used to explain forces, we believe physics is not the only thing it can be applied to.
Our lives are full of this action and reaction, or this pushing and pulling, if you will. However, here is where we beg to differ from the rule. We actually believe that your pushing and pulling don't have to be of the same magnitude. As in, you could do the tiniest things, and they could lead to the biggest results.
And one small tweak we all ought to make to our lives, regardless of who we are, is kindness. It is something we can all afford to change because, well, it's absolutely free. We all expect to be treated with kindness, which is why it's vital for us to treat others that way too. Whether it's using our manners or holding the door open for someone, these small things do add up.
Well, being kind, it's a really commonly used term. You hear it thrown around all the time. You're kind for helping someone with a math problem. You're kind for holding the door open for someone. But what does it actually mean? Well, Google would tell you that kindness is the quality of being friendly, generous, and considerate. However, we beg to differ. We think kindness means something a little bit different than that. Kindness is the intention of wanting to better something or someone with no selfish motives. Kindness is when you want to fix something or someone because it's the right thing to do. My story goes a little something like this. Now, growing up, my mother would always tell me that selflessness should be innate. Now, I admit that she mostly did that so that I'd help her set the dinner table without her having to ask, but it did leave a mark on my young mind. Selflessness, thinking about others, being kind to them. Well, I had heard this concept preached numerous times, but the first time I saw it in practice and was truly moved by it was in 8th grade. Picture this. I'm 13, I'm ambitious, and I am ready for graduation. In particular, I think I am excited for the awards. English is my forte. I am ready for it. I think I've done enough to win it. However, things didn't quite go the way I wanted them to. As I found out on graduation night in a gymnasium smelling of dumplings and sweat, I didn't win the award. I was really devastated because I felt like all my hard work was for nothing, and I, admittedly, in an edgier stage, felt that things weren't going to be okay again. Well, this mindset was completely changed by my 8th grade teacher. I was acutely aware of my own emotions, but it seemed like she was too, because on the last day of school, she approached me and said she had a little something for me. Now, I was confused, but I was also curious. So I followed her, and next thing you know, she presents me with a little something. It was a cloth bag reading, "The book was better." It was in reference to a speech I'd made earlier on in the year about if books are better or movies, and it was a really small, thoughtful gift, but it was completely capable of single-handedly changing my outlook. It really inspired me to love English with the passion I do today, and thanks to her, I can honestly say that I've become ready for the rest of my adolescence and for adulthood.
And just like Akriti, many of us have been impacted by these small acts of kindness that left huge impacts on their life, myself included. Let's give a little bit of background context. Some people have always asked me, "Oh, Esther, who's your closest friend?" Well, when whether to debate to give them the honest answer or not, I always answer with Jackie. Jackie is actually the name of my beloved dog and best friend. I think other pet owners in the audience can relate. While our story goes a little bit like this. I have always wanted a dog, but being my Asian parents that they are, they wouldn't give me something that high reward for no reason. So after years of pinning, I actually finally got my dog in grade 4 after a good report card and a little pouty face. But with that being said, they decided to use this website, the most trustworthy one out there, as you guys know, and we ended up at this really creepy breeder. The guy was just staring at us, my mom was panicking, there was a lot of drama and sketchiness, and we didn't get the dog that day. But luckily, we got Jackie the next day from a breeder in Toronto. You might be asking, Esther, what does this have to even do with kindness? Well, the thing is, my parents don't really care anymore that I got that excellent report card in grade 4. What they are more motivated by was the desire to see me happy, truly happy. And this ball of fur, he did just that. His little acts of daily reminders to me that those little things really do stack up. And he is something that easily surpassed what my report cards could have ever gotten me. He is a gift that truly inspires me every single day and leaves an impression that I should be different and I should just be who I want to be.
Well, you've heard it from us. Clearly, there's something to be said about kind acts and the way they can impact other people. But we got out to you. We reached out and we asked, you, the teachers, how did kindness change your lives? Here's what we found out.
One little thing that meant a lot was in grade 10, I had a teacher named Mr. Leslie. He saw something in me and decided to give me the English award. And that really meant a lot. It gave me a focus in school, and I focused on English, I focused on history, and then here I am today teaching English and history. So that little moment meant a lot to me.
Small things that occurred to me in my career that I found really rewarding was email that I received from a former graduate, and she mentioned how thankful she was that sometimes I would take some time after school just to chat with her and talk with her, because at that time she wasn't in a good spot in her life. She emailed me, thanking me and telling me she was feeling much better about herself. Her self-esteem was higher. She was successful at university. And small things like that to me mean a lot. They're rewarding and they really reaffirm the reasons why I'm in education and why I do what I do.
So I often get these hoodies, these university hoodies from grads who go off after they, finish their career here at Bethune, and they give it to me as a little thank you, and it reminds me that it's important to have these good relationships with students, and that I've made a difference in their lives. And I also haven't had to buy any clothes for the last 10 years.
So clearly we learned that kindness is very friendly on the wardrobe.
Wow, that is absolutely true. I think we all have the mentality that we are the main protagonist of our lives. Our books, for example. While that is absolutely true, we are also supporting characters in other people's lives, their books. Given this opportunity, how could we waste it? Why not be the kind stranger that changes someone's life around? Or be that person that motivates them to do something new?
Our life is an ongoing cycle of these actions and reactions. Your inclination to smile at someone you don't know, or how likely you are to give up your seat on the subway, they're just 2 of 1,000,001 other things that you can do to show kindness. To be a better human, everyone here, is capable of appreciating and reciprocating a kind act. Kindness is the thing that enables and empowers you to be a better person, each and every day. In fact, some of the kindest people I know are right here, seated with us. Fact of the matter is that kindness, it's cool. It shouldn't be done for a pat on the back, for a shout out on social media. It should just be you. Kindness is a small initiative from a thoughtful person and a big response in someone else's life.
Wow. Akriti, I just feel so inspired by us. I honestly think I'm gonna go out there and be extra kind today.
Yeah, hold on. Before you go, I have a little something for you.
You're cool? Oh, thank you. Wait, Akriti, before we leave.
Yep.
Isn't this your physics test?
Is it?
Yeah. Look, lady, you got a 95.
Oh my God. I guess small actions really do lead to bigger words.
Yeah, you see, small changes can lead to bigger words.
We are Esther and Akriti,
and thank you for listening to our TED Talk.